full-time MMA?
MMA.
Nothing
Yeah.
else?
My life, man, yeah.
Or is this full-time MMA now?
I love full-time MMA right now.
Back to the daily grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time
MMA.
I just wanted to take a quick second to give a shout out to the channel where I found this video from. I'm gonna give commentary to it, so it's just fair use and shit. But I did still want to let you, if you want to watch it without my commentary, this video, you can go to the MMA Beatdown. It's called Daniel Cormier Defends Kevin Lee for Crying After Losing to Tony Ferguson. Well, I clicked the video because it came up on my autoplay, and I didn't know that it was about to have a clip because I didn't remember Kevin Lee saying this. I guess whenever Daniel Cormier, whenever Daniel Cormier lost to John Jones and Daniel Cormier was crying and he became a meme that night, the MMA's version of the Michael Jordan meme, which kind of got retired after the steroid test with John Jones. But whenever Daniel Cormier was crying in the Octagon night, he got a lot of fucking heat for that. And Kevin Lee actually came out and said he was crying like a bitch. He said, oh, come on, man. Like, actually, you know what? I'm going to let you hear it. And once again, if you want to see this full, I got it in clips. I'm going to play this part first, and then I'll play the part of Daniel Cormier defending Kevin Lee, even though Kevin Lee said this about Daniel Cormier.
If it was me, I would have put a hit out on him. He ruined the man's life. Not only that, he embarrassed him in front of national TV.
Right,
yeah, DC up there crying
everything.
like a bitch.
Whoa, you're not a fan?
No, not
What's wrong with
DC
crying?
being
Don't hate on
bitch.
criers.
I mean, come on. Not
I like criers.
Come on.
I'm a crier myself. You're not
I'm
a crier?
sorry. No.
I cry before after a fight, and it happens.
I mean, I'm pretty sure DC would even say it. If you talk to DC, he'd probably say the
I don't
same
know if
thing.
he'd
Like,
say
damn,
it
I
in
should.
those
Now, he said like a bitch. Whew, that's one of the things, man, that happens when you get on live TV or you're live streaming. That's one of the things I'm low-key I'm not too worried about it. But like, let's say like if I'm doing a fight companion or something, if I'm live streaming, bro, I might say something stupid like that just because not because I know he doesn't mean it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't calling Daniel Cormier a bitch, but whenever he says he was crying like a bitch, it just stings whenever it comes back around to bite you. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, and I didn't make it. I'm not gonna take credit for making the Daniel Cormier meme, but I used the Daniel Cormier meme a lot. But I was also the same person that says, hey, I ain't got no problem with him crying. I don't think he's a bitch. Shit, I've cried like you heard Demetrius Johnson say. I've cried before after a loss. Shit, it happens sometimes when you do care about something and something goes on. I mean, you fucking, sometimes you cry. Some people don't, some people do. To me, I don't give a fuck if you cry or not, but I do still get, it's gonna be funny. If there's comedy and some shit, there's comedy in it. Now, it was a little, the only reason this really matters, and still, like I said, man, I'm not too mad at Kevin Lee for this. It is kind of, I'm gonna definitely make a video about it because I find it interesting that he said he was crying like a bitch and he got embarrassed on national TV and what he would do if someone did that to him. Well, now's your time, because so what does that mean? Does that mean Tony Ferguson just ruined your life or made you embarrassed you on national TV? Or now I'm not being serious when I said, but he said I would have put a hit out on him. Clearly he was joking. Clearly it was comedy. But now he's got to kind of eat those words. I mean, and Daniel Cormier, he fucking did what Daniel Cormier does, bro. He took the high road. I don't even know if he was aware of Kevin Lee's comments. He probably wasn't listening to everybody's reactions about him after the John Jones knockout. He probably wasn't looking to see what every single fighter had to say about him crying. So he might not even know if Kevin Lee that said this. I honestly don't think Daniel Cormier knew it. But either way, Daniel Cormier, I do believe, would have took the high road. And of course he feels like, hey, if something means that much to you, of course you'll cry. Because that's what Daniel Cormier does. So, I mean, you can expect him to defend him. But it's just crazy to see Kevin Lee. I mean, it's just crazy to bring that up. I mean, shout out to the MMA Beatdown for even finding this, if you found it or whatever, because that's dope. I mean, it's dope to see this shit come back and bite Kevin Lee in the ass. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to take this and run with it. I mean, I definitely do something on it because it's so interesting to me. But at the same time, I mean, I know a lot of people are going to be pissed off at Kevin Lee for this, but I kind of understand it, man. When you're live streaming and you're trying to sell a fight, you're trying to be entertaining, and you're in the moment, you might say some shit that even either contradicts what you've said in the past, or something could happen in the future that comes back and contradicts a lot of the shit you said. I mean, even somebody like Conor, everybody hates when I talk about Conor McGregor when I'm talking about, not everybody, but so, don't bring up Conor McGregor and Kevin Lee in the same sentence. But I'm sure Conor McGregor, he said a lot of shit in his past, bro. He doesn't just sit back and remember everything he said. Like, I'm sure what would be worse, like this, what this reminds me is, okay, who are the people that are the most vocal against steroids? Like what? Mark Hunt, Nate Diaz. Like, imagine if Mark Hunt popped dirty for steroids. And then you could go back and play all of his clips, all these fucking dirty dog shit cheats, fucking ruin sport, and then he pops dirty. That's the type of shit that happened here. You go, oh, he cried like a bitch. Oh, on national television. Oh, damn, man, I think even he would admit that was like, dog, you just did the same shit. So that's why this is, I mean, that's what this reminds me of. Like, if Mark Hunt were to pop dirty, it'd be like, yo, after you talked that shit, okay. Now, you can't come, now, somebody like Demetrius Johnson, he admitted he's cried before. It's different, you know, if you're just making a joke of the situation. And that's why I don't take this too fucking heavy. Like, even though Kevin Lee looks like an asshole right here, I mean, I understand. So with that being said, I'm still a fan of Kevin Lee, even though this kind of makes me look at him like, aha, you know, maybe a little bit of karma or something, because I didn't know he said this. So it's I don't know, it is what it is, man. But let's listen to what Daniel Cormier had to say whenever Kevin Lee was crying in the Octagon real quick.
Tony Ferguson is the UFC interim lightweight champion of the world.
Kevin Lee is openly weeping in the center of the Octagon. I mean, he's got his hands in his head, he's on his knees, and he's just crying here.
Sure. And honestly, when something means that much to you, you can do that. You can do that if it means that much. So there's no, you can't hit your head about. There is no shame in that. It meant that much to Kevin Lee.
Well, and his tagline has been, "We just getting started," and Kevin Lee is just getting started.
And honestly, when it means that much to you, you can do that. Well said, old man. I'm not calling him old, you know, just, hey, he always calls everybody young man, so I kind of flipped it. You get the point. But Daniel Cormier, man, fucking, like I say, true champion, pound for pound #1. Now, he's not the greatest fighter of all time. Daniel Cormier's not, but he is, to me, the pound for pound #1 fighter on the planet today. The greatest fighter of all time to me is Demetrius Johnson. That's who's skills. That's who's got the most mixed martial arts skills, the most well-rounded fighter to me. You take Demetrius Johnson's skills and you fucking put them in anybody's body type, whether it's John Jones, Stipe Miocic, Conor McGregor, Tyron Woodley. You give anybody Demetrius Johnson's skill set and they're kicking ass and taking names. So we'll do that on another day. But you guys know where I stand on that at this point. But man, this is I just want to bring this to you guys to let you see it, because I found it and I found it to be really fucking interesting. So I wanted to give my commentary on it. Fair use, motherfucker. So with that being said, it is what it is. Let me know, and the hitters know, and the full-time family know what you think about this shit, and what the fuck you tell me in the comments. I'm out. The dudes that hate on the full-time family are the type of dudes that remind their grown-ass friends to make a wish on their birthdays.
Bye, Felicia.